When you have number 1 beside your name, you have a target on your back. And this top-ranked team in the land is going on the road against a squad that can make its season if it can pull off a major upset. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Penn State's offense will take the field first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. This offense has it with really good field position. The RPO, fire complete to the left.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Finds his man. It's Cox. Brings it to the open. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. He makes a grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Bruins.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Oh, he's got a chance. Lots of room to run. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
right back to the well. Got a little space. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And nice blocking by this offense. Nice job running the football. How about the running back? You could tell he knew exactly where the goal line was. He wanted to get to it. He was fighting to get to it, but goes out of bounds at the 1. First and goal from the 1. This offense is in great position.
The Nittany Lions trying to cash it in on first and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. And the D denied him on second and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Looking to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Penn State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone. Third and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Alabama was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen over the years. Roll Tide, sure, but this one lacked any real style points. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Bruins will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First run of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
On the run, it's Gibson. There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. race it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. There's a heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
And the Bruins send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. We've come to the end of the quarter and it's Penn State on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Bruins will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Sends it back in motion. Give to the big fullback. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And the fullbacks, usually are typically in there to block, right? Those are the big, strong guys that usually lead the way for the running back. But occasionally you slip it to them, and you probably don't do it too much and don't make a living off it. But when you get a nice little chunk like this, maybe you find another way to give him the football.
On the ground, it's Gibson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Finding open areas. Turning it on. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the Bruins decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips a tackle and he's got room. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
It feels like everything this play caller is called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Finds a little space. Got the first down. Looking for more. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And the Nittany Lions line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the right. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
So now it's 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it behind the line. It's Cox. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got it inside the 25. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in his quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Caught behind the line. It's Cox. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Set to advance on the football.
Look out, he's got room.
The return is brought down at the 33, and the Penn State offense will take over.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Penn State.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He might want another play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, baby.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. 1st down from the 49. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Wide receiver going in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Soft spot in the middle. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Wants to throw it. Trying to barrel in. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bruins. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. On the run, it's Gibson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Gonna swing it on second down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, Penn State is known for its defense, right? Tough, physical, they can stop the run, and they can get after the quarterback, and they do it from the linebacker position. You think about the legacy this school has had at that spot. This guy right here, he fits into exactly what they want a linebacker to be, and the ability to get after the QB is a big part of that.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds the tight end. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. The Bruins will punt this one away.
On to kick it away.
He's got it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Got the quick completion. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Offense gets set for second down. Holds and fires complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Looking to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Third down, money down. Go to the guy you know you can trust. It doesn't have to be a long gainer, but work those guys over the middle of the field. Nice job, nice chemistry between the tight end and quarterback.
The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Gibson. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. With a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Okay, ready? Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Nittany Lions are flying down the field. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. Off the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. Makes the catch. It's Gibson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Pulls it in. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Play number 9 on this drive. Pulls and throws off the RPO. There he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Might be calling a hot route. On third and goal, they'll throw it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on fourth and goal. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Flores. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, UCLA! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Mountain West this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Missouri came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. A busy day in the Mountain West, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Inside the 30. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 22 after the huge pickup.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The give as they work on that clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Complete out of the backfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Good, right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cox. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Throws to the wideout. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Works the middle. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
QB spikes the ball, and the clock is stopped. No gain on the play. Brings up.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz.
Turning it on! Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And he added the extra point. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Just under 30 seconds left, so they've got a chance if they can get this onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
They'll go to the ground, finding an escape route.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
First down on the offense.